Yaswanth.
Hi, hi Novitha.
How have you been?
Good, how are you?
Good. Long time, I think, since Maldives.
After the retreat.
Yeah, it was.
It's been a month.
Yeah,
Very
right. Very quick. But nice to see you. I think Maldives is good because I got to spend proper time with you. I think on a more informal setting and get to know you a little bit more personally.
So this is the first time where you could meet all the members and the spouses.
Yeah, all the members, spouses, kids.
Yes.
So otherwise you don't get that in the other learning events or the other social events. Yes. I think especially for Diwali and the President's Ball and stuff.
But Diwali Tash was also one good party.
It was
I missed it. Yeah,
it was a very well organized and also it was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how have you been? What are your plans for the New Year's?
New Year, I think past 2 years have been a little, not rocky I would say, personally or career wise. I think everyone's had some tough times, but for the new year, hoping to take on more responsibilities at work and, you know, knowing that both of us are from family businesses, it's been, I'm sure, interesting to say the least, going through all of that with family and stuff. So, hoping to work on something myself, maybe set up something new work-wise, or figure out, diversify, maybe invest a little bit more. So, a lot of things, but we'll see how to.
Yeah, you have goals already preset for the next year.
Somewhat, I would say, but you know, want to really take charge and take hold of things because I joined the family business in 2018.
Okay.
And I was working with them properly for about 2 years, and then COVID happened. So now that it's been almost 4-5 years, I want to do more.
So what kind of roles have you assumed in your family business?
So I mostly take care of BD and strategy. My family business primarily is into tobacco processing and real estate. Okay. So real estate has been more opportunistic, where we're not developers, we look at it from an investment perspective. And for the first 2 years, I think I was mostly involved in real estate. And during COVID, I took on more responsibility in the tobacco side. Given that it's a little bit more technical, I'm still taking time, you know, getting used to it and getting a grasp on things, because my family has been into this for about 50 years now. So it's hard for me to.
Yeah, I'm sure, because the first few years would be a learning
yeah, it's been more learning than contributing.
Because the business is already set. It's the same for me. I experienced the same in my family business also. I mean, we are into constructions, infrastructure. Yeah. Basically into roads and irrigation projects. And we are also diversifying into other industries as well, like F&B and manufacturing as well. Yeah. But since I joined my family business, it's been like about 4 years until now, and I still feel there is a lot to learn and experience to become that seasoned, to be to a level where you can have the command of the whole organization.
Definitely.
And it's more like you know, getting involved with the team and going along with the team, I feel was a very important factor.
Definitely. Because you're coming in as the son of the owner, right? Yes. How was that transition?
So initially, yes, when I joined my organization, I don't know about how my staff felt about my entrance into the organization, but my father was little skeptical about it, because he did not know how I was going to receive the people, how I was going to treat the people. Like I've been seeing there are people in my organization who have been with us for about more than 20 years. Yeah. And there are a lot of people who are there with us from 10 years. And of course, all of them are valuable to us. Yeah. So I can't have an attitude of a boss son, because you know, they've contributed a lot. Their contributions matter a lot to us. Definitely. So that was one doubt my father had, that he expressed to me as well. Yeah. So he told me this: don't step into the office like a boss's son. You just be their. You better be their teammate, and you try to learn, because their experience will help you to learn more and more faster. In that way we can accelerate. So I got the point. So
and I don't think you're that person also who'll walk in and say that, you are answerable to me. You're never like that as a person also, and you're a lot more, I think, personable. I think you're very humble also. So I think that must have helped, right? Because I don't think...
so in the first initial days, I could actually sense that. I mean, from the people, there are a few people who have seen me since I was a kid.
Wow.
So the weirdest feeling was, they coming to my cabin and calling me sir. I'm like, it's okay. You used to call me by my name all the while in the life, so you can call me by my name. So I made them comfortable first. I made each and everybody, because the positions have changed. It's not a family member anymore. I'm the part of the organization. So I have to be part of them. So for whatever perceptions they had on me, I just let them go. Everything I made them calm, comfortable, and then we tagged along and went ahead. So that phase was very important for me. That gaining the transition with all the members of our organization,
the trust and the respect, right? Most importantly.
Most important, and that increased as well.
Right.
So from they looking at me, they seeing me as a child to they seeing me as their person who, like their colleague or their teammate, the respect also increased.
Definitely.
And that was a good starter, I guess. But after that, it's been a lot of learnings, and the curve is not flat also. So it's been up and down in terms of learning, in terms of getting.
I think that's
deep
what
into
keeps
the
it interesting also in a family business.
Yes.
And you joined relatively young. Right? How was that for you? Was it tough? Were you intimidated, or were you okay? Because to be honest, I was scared. I didn't. I think I was relatively young, and everyone's 40 plus, 50 plus. So I was a little nervous to begin with, because at least the first year it was more learning for me than contributing. So a lot of those factors raised some questions.
Was it you who made up the mind to join into the family business, or your family wanted you to join the business?
I think there was no force, or there was nothing that was set in stone. After graduating, I worked outside. I worked with a venture capital fund, and I was part of the founding team of a tech startup in Bangalore. So it was important for me to gain that experience and decide if I wanted to join the family business, because it's a big legacy to carry forward, and it's not about whether or not I want to do it, but it's also the other more important question in my head, at least, is am I the right person to take it forward, right? Because it's one thing, what you want is different from what you're good at and what you're passionate about. So in a way, lucky that, all three kind of joined.
Fell into the same well.
Fell into the same thing, where I actively want to take this organization forward and, keep it ready for the next few generations to come. So
that's very good. That's very thoughtful of you.
Yeah.
Nice. So Novitha, I mean, for us, almost the office table and the dinner tables are the same every day.
Truly.
So what's your experience about that?
I think it's definitely been an interesting job to keep professional and personal separate, because it's hard, right? Sometimes I think both merge, and it took me some time to get used to it, but it also kept it interesting, because there's something so intrinsically motivating to be working with your own family, be it my father, my uncle, and my grandfather as well. So it is difficult at times, but I think it's also exciting, because though I'm still not in a place where I can distinguish between the two, because that's practically impossible. Personal and professional. But I think over the past few years have come to be better at it and be more okay with it, and at least mentally compartmentalize. when I come home or when I'm at work, actively being mindful, indulging in some meditation, yoga, reading and other activities to kind of
you do all of those?
Keep that work-life
Can you tell more about
balance.
what all you do to balance? No, because I'll also know. So
I think it's important, right? Because otherwise we're talking about work at home while eating, while getting ready, or even while on a Sunday night.
Also,
Sometimes the dreams also. The other, literally, I think couple of weeks ago, I was working on a legal agreement, and I dreamt of some clauses. I woke up, I wrote them down, and I went back to sleep. And that's when I realized, waking up, that there's no pause. It just keeps going. But at least for me, what has worked is at least half an hour of yoga and couple of minutes meditating. That kind of keeps your focus.
Yes,
it helps. I'm a big proponent of keeping an active life.
Okay.
So working out has definitely helped. Reading is something I took up during COVID. There was a big gap in between, and so COVID really helped because I kind of got back to that. Now I'm enjoying that, and those things also made my work better in a way, because my mind and my body get some time to pause, to reflect, and when I'm indulging in other habits like these, it's made work better because I'm able to think a little more innovatively, a little more out of the box, and bring a new perspective, bring some fresh eyes to the matter at hand, to the issues, or even daily decision making.
It's very important to have that learning curve with us throughout the life. I feel, because that's when the perspectives and the quality of life also changes, and we get to emerge better and better day by day.
And you got married recently, so how's the shift been? Been working single and now married. Has there been any change in how you view work and family life?
I think right now my marriage is working good. My wife name is Ikshita. So she's a sweet girl. She's finished her architecture, and she was also working with some private company, and then for marriage and all she had to quit, and in between came the COVID situations also.
Right.
So now she's thinking to go back and work again. So I have all my support.
That's so sweet.
To her. She can always pursue whatever she wants.
That's
but
nice.
In terms of her personality, she's very soft and calm-headed person.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Definitely spend a lot of time with her in Maldives. And
yes, so
that is very nice.
For me, for whatever hectic schedules I have, or for whatever I roam around, I keep traveling a lot. I mean, at least in a week I do at least 3 to 4 flights.
Oh wow!
On an average. So
Where do you go?
I keep traveling to Hyderabad, sometimes to Delhi, Vijayawada, or Vizag. So we have our works going on in multiple locations.
Right.
And all the central departments are located in Delhi. So if it's for the office administrative work, we'll have to go down to a different city. And if it's to the site, we'll have to go down to the site wherever the work is going on. So I keep traveling a lot, and she understands. She understands my profession, and she's completely okay with it. So,
and that's important, right? Important. To be supportive of each other's dreams and goals.
So for that I feel okay, I'm lucky in this perspective, because that's where understanding matters a lot. But it's good. Marriage is good. I thought when I was not married, I thought okay, it'll I'll have to look after one more person. I'm free like a bird now, so I don't know what's going to happen and all, but I just got used to it and I'm liking it. What about you? What are your plans then?
For marriage, I don't know. We'll see what will happen maybe in the next.
You have
few
anyone
years.
in the pipeline?
Nobody in the pipeline. This is not a business deal. But it'll happen when it has to. So far so good. No complaints. But when you said that, it is a big responsibility, right? Because you I think in a way you are responsible for each other.
Yes.
You're not only thinking about yourself but also another person, and that is more interesting because you're in the family business and it's not just your parents but also your wife who happens to be an architect and you're in the infra space. So I feel like that's a very good match,
it's a
right?
match. It's a good match. But yeah, I mean, as in not just in terms of education but in terms of personalities also, we like each other and we respect each other likes and dislikes. So mutually it's working out good. That's what it is about the marriage. So we're just waiting for the good news to hear from your side. I'm sure a lot of people in EO also must be waiting for the good news. It'll be another retreat for all of us.
Yeah, that will be exciting, and a lot more. I think couple of people in EO will probably get married in the next year. So it's going to be an exciting time for all the members to get together.
Marriages are always fun.
Yeah.
Not for the people who are getting married, but for others. For others. Who are attending.
Because guests are always having a good time.
Good time,
right?
yes.
And I guess you would also be under the pressure that it's my wedding and taking care of the guests and the event.
My wedding was a big circus during the COVID, so I had to put on mask and get married. I would say that for the rest of my life. So there's a funny situation during my wedding. So we were like very limited people, about 60-70 people, where we had permission for about 50 people.
Okay.
So 10-20 additional had joined the wedding, and the cops suddenly comes for the inspection, whether they're right amount of people or not. And all the people get scattered. Everybody goes into the house. So this wedding happened in my wife's house only because it was COVID. We didn't want to go out anywhere else. And then the cops come and they're looking at my face. Like I don't know what expression to give. Also, they're standing in front, like a little far away, but they're just looking at our faces. And one of my cousin gets 2 masks and gives it to us. I'm holding the mask and looking at the cop's face, and the cop literally asked me to wear a mask and get married. And I'm like, okay, no, it's my wedding. I can't say anything right now. I just want to get married. Don't spoil the situation.
Yeah, don't stop it, right? You'll do anything.
So I had to put on the mask, and then after they left, I literally did it for about half an hour. And then after they left, I took off the mask.
Oh my God.
That was one crazy situation, and they were coming every half an hour. So as and when they come, all the family members are getting scattered. It's like one is going to one house. So there were 3 houses of their family members only.
Yeah.
So all the members were going into the houses, sitting inside, and then coming out again.
Because I think it must have been during when...
It was during the second wave.
Second wave, right? When things were pretty serious.
Very serious during those times. And we didn't want to postpone it, and we wanted to do it safely.
Right,
also.
definitely.
So we limited it to 50-60 people, that's all. But even then...
and I think that's so sweet, because these kind of intimate weddings, because the people you truly want and you get along with and you have a great relationship with you, in your life are there, and I think that is beautiful, right?
I mean, that was a good experience.
Yeah.
Even in my family, a wedding with 60 people, I have never experienced it other than mine. I don't think so I'll experience anything anyone else's wedding.
Definitely
also.
not.
That was a good part.
So what is 2022 looking like for you?
So 2022 for me is all about we've started couple of ventures also other than our business. So I think
in the infrastructure space or something?
Yes, one in the infrastructure space we are going into real estate division also.
Right.
So that's one thing we are starting off. We have we've already planned on how to go ahead. We have the roadmap for it.
That's great.
So that's one thing, and we've recently ventured into a F&B project also, so that's going forward. So a lot of things have just started for us, so everything is in the seed level or just sprouted. So I think that will be the primary focus in terms of work, just to nurture them and make sure that things are on proper pace. So
and you're the leader of these projects.
Yes. I'll be leading these projects along with the existing work I'm doing.
Right.
So it's more about for me how to manage different things effectively.
Yeah.
How to be able to multitask. How do I balance myself?
Right.
How
Because
do
these
I
are
take
3
off-
different industries.
And how do I take off the pressure band
Right.
from my head? And coming to that point, being in different industries, I think will give us different perspectives.
Definitely.
And it's a great level of exposure is what I am thinking. And I've seen a lot of people in EVO also who are diversified into different industries,
Right.
and one is not connected to other.
Yeah.
So that's a kind that's also a motivating factor.
For sure.
And we can look at those people and try and learn. That's what I'm gaining from EVO also. EVO has been a very good learning space for me, rather than so initially when I joined EVO, I had a mindset that EVO is a networking organization. Yes, of course, that is going to happen, but
definitely
that's not the only thing that's happening in here. So I've the good advantage I have or I'm getting from EVO is to personally understand different people experiences, meet them, have peer-to-peer interactions,
and learn more,
and learn
from their
more.
experiences.
So because of that, I am able to accelerate in a better manner.
Definitely.
So if you ask me, I would say, if you take a book and read it in 10 days, you have the wisdom of it from the 11th day. And if you take a book and read it in 3 months, you have it after 3 months.
True.
By meeting different kinds of people in EVO and learning through their experiences.
And real time, right?
In
because
real time.
One thing I like about EVO is that we meet monthly.
Yes.
And it's good because you get to kind of pick up where you left off. And everyone's doing such different things. You know, be it seafood, real estate, agriculture, and
there are different
pharma,
industries,
etc. So many industries, and that's good, right? Because you learn more about their experiences, and at the same time, I'm constantly motivated, and I look forward to meeting everybody, because every time I come, I'm learning something new. So, and that's what's most important, I think, to have that North Star, to look at, to have that checklist and that goals, and be around that energy.
There are people whom we can look up to.
For
and
sure.
And then, yes, if they are able to do it, there's something we can also do.
Definitely.
So it's a good motivating factor also.
Yeah.
So.
And one thing I like about this chapter is, there are people from not just different industries, different age groups, at different stages in their life. So, you just got married. There are, some single people like me, but there are people with bigger families. So, that's also interesting, right? Because I think it's so easy to get caught up with your friends, be it your own classmates from school, college, or your cousins who'll probably be in similar age groups or at similar stages in life. But this is interesting because I guess, what to expect, and what to look forward to
yes.
Generally in life. So it's great.
I think one more important thing I had to mention was we also learn to balance out ourselves.
Yeah.
And good balanced discipline is what
so important.
You're getting here.
Yeah.
What I'm gaining as well.
Yeah.
And I must say this: you have to explore the forums. I mean,
I'm looking forward to being.
That's one of the best experiences you would have from the chapter.
The funny thing is, everyone I spoke to, everyone holds forum at the highest regard. I'm telling them, it's nice, the learning events are good, you get to meet interesting people, and every time it's a new speaker talking about something different that I definitely don't know anything about, but everyone has always told me that
forums are like second family.
Is the best. Yeah, exactly.
You put in front of the forum what sometimes you might not be able to put in front of your family as well. So it's very, very effective, and it's very helpful. So there are group of people who can listen to your heart, and you can say it out of your heart, and there's a group of people who will listen to you and who can talk about it and share their experiences as well.
Yeah.
By which you can take back some things and
no judgment,
no
right?
judgment. It'll
Yeah.
you can or you may not, but
Yeah.
once you listen to their experiences, there's something you can pick up, and that might help us. So
Definitely.
so forums are one place in Evo which I love the most.
Yeah.
And after that, I would say the chapter events, the learning events,
The learning events.
and
definitely.
socials, of course.
Yeah.
Those are the best times. If you were not in your family business, or if you're not in a position what you are in today, what do you think you would be doing?
I think that's a difficult question, because at least in the recent times,
because we always grew up looking
forward to joining the family business, and then
yes.
like you said, you've known the people that you work with right now ever since you were a kid.
Yes.
Right? And I'm sure I've been so used to just going to the office and just sitting with my dad ever since I was 5, 6, right? And that has been my future, at least when I was a kid. So if I wasn't working in the family business, I think I always saw myself as an entrepreneur, and I always wanted to set up something new and kind of push boundaries a little bit, because my grandfather did that in his time, and that has been so motivating to me. And so if I was not in the family business, I would definitely be an entrepreneur. Not sure in what industry or what sector, or at what age also, but definitely.
Even I have a similar answer, because I've always I grew up looking at what my family was doing. So I used to go to the sites, see how the works were done. I used to go to the office, spend time. So all the days I was grown up, I was like literally involved into that. I was exposed, not involved, I was exposed into that atmosphere. So I grew up imagining that this is where I have to be, and this is what I wanted to be. But if not, if I were not into my family business, I would have definitely started a restaurant, and I would have been chef in my own restaurant.
Wow.
So I like to cook.
So you like to cook
I like to cook. So that's my favorite pastime. Even in house, yes. If it's a Sunday and if I'm not going anywhere, I'll go get my own fish, cook and eat. And I'll serve it to everyone in the house. But
no way.
So I would have started up a restaurant.
And that's a good way to unwind, right? If you had a long day at work, just spending a few hours cooking a meal with your family. And that's such a nice way to bond also.
The whole day passes. I mean, you start cooking, you never realize how fast the time runs.
That's great.
It's good. It's a good pastime.
What do you like to cook usually?
I like to cook non-veg.
Okay.
So I'm a good fan of seafood.
Okay.
But I like to cook just fish.
Just fish. Okay.
If not fish, I'll cook nice yummy chicken.
Okay.
Nice mutton. Not.
I'm getting hungry now.
So yeah, I don't know to cook veg like I know to cook non-veg.
I don't think it matters also. So, non-veg is what.
So that's what I do. Every time I cook, most of the times it's non-veg. If it's veg, I don't think so. I'll be the person to do justice to it.
So clearly you have good ways to unwind and keep that balance, right?
If it's a holiday, and if I know that I'm gonna stay back in home that day, I'm gonna spend half of the time in the kitchen itself.
That's so sweet.
So
I think your wife is very lucky.
Yeah, she is, of course.
But yeah, I think this was really fun.
Yeah.
I think we've known each other for a relatively short amount of time, but today I realized I found out new things about you, such as work and cooking and your new F&B venture. So all the best. I think 2022 is looking great for you, for sure.
Yes, I'm looking forward for that as well. I wish 2022 goes well, and all the best to you as well.
Thank
you. I wish you good luck for your future, and in terms of your personal life, in terms of your work life. And I also wish before the next retreat, maybe you'll also come like a couple.
We'll see.
So yeah, okay. Nice talking to you.
Nice
Novitha.
catching up with you.
Let's keep doing this kind of conversations often.
Definitely.
So we'll get to know better about each other.
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.